Hey, and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. Look, we are again doing so well thanks to you, and for that I am eternally grateful. All right, as we are on this journey to the 250,000th subscriber, but let's get into something else. Lots going on over at the Trump campaign, right? They're just falling farther and farther behind Kamala Harris. And so what do? What does Donald Trump do? And again, I know him better than anybody. He's going to go back to the old crew because the new crew just doesn't seem to get it. At least that's what's going on in his mind. So who does he bring on? Yeah, Corey Lewandowski back on the campaign trail. I mean, it's amazing to me. I want to show you something. It's an article that was posted about Corey Lewandowski being brought back to the Trump campaign. It turns out it says Donald Trump's campaign is expanding its ranks as he seeks to regain his footing in the presidential campaign, bringing on a handful of top allies, including former Trump 2016 campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. Lewandowski, who has remained an informal Trump advisor since his first campaign, is being brought on to advise the campaign's senior leadership team. This guy, by the way, has no experience at all, according to a person familiar with the move and granted anonymity to speak freely. I wouldn't be shocked, by the way, if it's Corey or Dave Bossie, his best pal. He joined several other former Trump aides who will play similar roles. Go to the next paragraph on this. This is great. Tim Murtaugh, who was the communications director on Trump's 2020 campaign, which, by the way, failed, will also be joining. And so, too, will be Alex Pfeiffer and Alex Brussowitz, who were top officials on the Trump-allied MAGA Inc. super PAC. Brussowitz is known for having a wide following on social media. That's funny. I had no idea who the fuck the guy is. Politico reported earlier this week that Taylor Budowich, who had been leading MAGA Inc., he's bringing everyone from the MAGA Inc. that had left the super PAC to join the Trump campaign in a senior capacity. And here's a quote. As we head into the home stretch of this election, we are continuing to add to our impressive campaign team, Trump co-campaign manager Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita said in a statement. Corey Lewandowski, Taylor Budowich, Alex Pfeiffer, Alex Brussowitz, and Tim Murtaugh are all veterans of prior Trump campaigns, and their unmatched experience will help President Trump prosecute the case against Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, the most radical ticket in American history. I want to remind everybody of a couple of stories because, again, I was there and I want you to hear it right from me. Corey Lewandowski was shit-canned in 2015, 2016, before, obviously, the election, by Don Jr. and myself at the request of Ivanka, Jared, Don Jr., Eric Trump, myself, and ultimately blessed by Donald Trump for a multitude of reasons, including the fact that it was Corey Lewandowski who was spreading lies, who were going to newspaper outlets and providing them as a source, as an anonymous source, on saying things about each of them, specifically about Jared, who he did not like because Jared was trying himself to rise in importance during that campaign. And they were constantly at odds. So he was making allegations about Jared and Ivanka's marriage, their sexuality, etc. All right? Really, truly disgusting when you have somebody on the inside that's doing this underhanded crap. And Corey was just famous for it. On top of that, let's also not forget that Corey Lewandowski in 2021 was charged with, let's see here, I don't want to misquote anything. Lewandowski was removed from a top position in a pro-Trump super PAC, which he got after, all right, after he was accused by the wife of a donor to the former president, Trishelle Odom, of making unwanted sexual advances toward her at a charity dinner in Las Vegas. But that's not the first time that we've heard about Lewandowski acting inappropriately. It's not the first time that Lewandowski has had some sort of an issue. You may remember he grabbed, at one point, a journalist. He claims that he didn't really grab her, but he did. There's video to it, whatever. You're bringing on somebody who was shit-canned from the campaign, who has been using Donald Trump's name over and over and over again in order to try to build up a consulting company. And I'll go another story for you. So this is a great one. A friend of mine who is Qatari and the uncle to, at the time, the ambassador to the United States from Qatar. By coincidence, the embassy was directly across the street from my office when I was on staff there at Squire Patton Boggs in Washington, D.C. And I was engaging in a conversation with my friend, the uncle, and we were talking about a contract that Lewandowski had just gotten from the Emir of Qatar. And it's like a baseball contract. It wasn't even a 1-year contract, 2 year. It was a 5-year contract. I mean, talk about wishful thinking that Trump was going to run for a second term or he was going to win a second term. This was absolutely nuts. It was like a $32 million contract that he was going to provide them with consulting, the ability within which to bring them and Trump together, all right, which was very important to Qatar because of the faltering relationship with Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabia's rise of relationship as a result of Jared Kushner. This whole thing is so freaking incestuous, it's gross. Suffice it to say, I go across the street, I meet with the nephew, with the ambassador to the United States from Qatar, and I explained to him, after being questioned, does Corey Lewandowski have any pull? And the answer was no. At that point in time, it was just several weeks after Bob Porter, who was dating Hope Hicks at the time. I mean, talk about again, go right to who Corey Lewandowski previously dated. All of a sudden, the Emir turns, the ambassador turns around and says, well, can Lewandowski do this? I said, he's not even allowed on the property. He is banned. And you can look this up. He was banned from the property by Bob Porter. So I said, well, how's he going to do anything for you? On top of that, he hasn't been in the fold at all. I mean, yeah, he goes on television. He talks fondly about Trump because he knows that if you kiss Trump's ass long enough and hard enough, and Corey's great at that you will come back to the fold. And this is exactly what happened. And so now they're bringing on Lewandowski. They're bringing on a half a dozen other people, especially people who are part of the super PAC. And this is the quality campaign staff that you think is going to take down Kamala Harris? You think that this is going to take down Tim Walz? I mean, good luck to each and every one of them, but keep doing these types of hires. Keep doing them because all they do is they help us to ensure a Harris-Walz victory in 2024. And that's why I will end this session, as I do with all, laughing at this specific clip, and why I will remember to say to you each and every time as we end these sessions, as we end these episodes, vote Harris-Walz 2024. Hey everyone, first of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.